What is happening, y'all? It's your boy, Wisco Madman, coming at you with another reaction video. Gotta switch them up from time to time. I get bored. So, we're jumping into some more Ryan Upchurch vlogs. And this one is local history, ancient Egypt, and Roman Americans. Interesting. Wow. You want to talk about me reading what the fuck I want to read instead of reading what's there. Lost history, ancient Egypt, and Roman Americans. But before we jump into this, I just want to make the mention, as I said in the last video, if you guys are keeping up with me, this little girl right here is passed out like she's on drugs for a reason. And now there's a big stretch because I pet her face. But she's passed out like she's on drugs for a reason. Because she is on drugs. Tramadol, to be exact, along with antibiotics and other shit. She broke her leg over this past weekend. But rather than telling you a whole bunch of shit right now, and there's another big stretch, but rather than telling you this shit right now, I'm just simply going to say, hey, look in the description down below. If you're interested in helping us out, there's a video that explains the whole situation a little bit more, and a GoFundMe link as well, which is also on that video's page. But yeah, if you guys can help us out with the vet bills, that's greatly appreciated. Few thousand to several $1,000s, and obviously any caretake from then on, because you know there's quite a bit of caretaking, swelling, whatnot, and I'm struggling like everybody else even before the vet bills. So this is just an added weight that I felt the need to see who wants to help. So, without making this any longer, let's go ahead and look into the Ryan Upchurch, Lost History, Ancient Egypt, and Roman Americans.
Land, gauge, language. Answer me this. What sounds more plausible? That there was humans on Earth during
Oh boy, we're playing with words again.
the time of Pangea that all lived on one continent and spoke the same language. Then it split up and people made their own version of the original language. Or there was no humans during the time of Pangea, and then all these continents were formed. Pangea broke up into a bunch of different land masses. Then everyone created their own language far, far, far away from each other, but they also made words that mean the same thing in different languages. And then learned what each other's language meant and fixed all the words and figured everything out. During a time where long-distance conversation was not a thing, internet was not a thing, phones were not a thing. Now, whichever of those scenarios you believe, personally, I believe the first one. It makes the most sense. But when you look up the factual information, here's the factual information. Socratic.org, which is the Earth Science website for factual information, says that no species that can be related to humans existed during the Pangea period. The Pangea period, the supercontinent, existed approximately 335 million years ago. Do you know what our life expectancy is? Truthout.org, Environment and Health, says that the American life expectancy now of 2022 is 76 years old. Now, how long have Homo sapiens been recording time and history and documenting it?
What about like Homo erectus and the other like precursors to humans and whatnot? Like, were there cave people around during Pangea, like the Neanderthals and shit like that, or Neanderthals? And God, it makes me cringe when people say Neanderthal, whether it's correct or not. I grew up saying Neanderthal, so I guess I'm stupid.
The oldest thing I could think of, and the oldest thing I can find, and now it depends on how you define, recording stuff, but I'm thinking of actual writings and drawings. That's cave paintings. That was only like, what, max 70,000 years ago? Now look, if cave paintings and stuff were 70,000 years ago, and the life expectancy of somebody now is 76, how am I supposed to believe that anybody on the earth knows if or if not people lived on Earth 335 million years ago? If language exists...
I mean, I would imagine what we're looking at is carbon dating and shit like that. But even that, like, so many fields and college has been great at this, coming up with ways of using language to act like you're an expert on something. And here's something, and take it for what it's worth. actually a pretty open-minded person, but a lot of hate's going to come my way for this one, of saying that even in medicine, doctors really don't know. They're making their best guesses. There are certain things that we take care of that we're really educated on, and there's other things we're not so educated on. I think we just all went through a worldwide big thing that shall not be named, that I think was a great example to everyone of how little we fucking know about how to take care of things that affect us and our health. We're learning more and more about our health every fucking day. And I think there are people without the MD next to their name, or the DO, or the whatever medical doctorate that they have. I think there are plenty of people that know more about their body than their doctor does, or more about certain things about their body than their doctor does, if you get what I mean. I'm not giving any hard fact here. What I'm saying is, when it comes to education, when it comes to different topics and how much of an expert you are on something, people spend their whole lives studying, we'll say like in this case, history. You could spend your entire life studying history. That's why, like, say, certain people are obsessed with a certain part of history. Civil War. You can spend your whole life studying the Civil War and still not know everything about it. Get what I'm saying? Nobody's really truly an expert. They just are experienced in their field, which I guess is probably where the term expert comes from. So I'm talking myself in a little bit of a circle here. But you get what I'm saying. So when we say, oh, humans couldn't possibly have existed 350 million years ago, or however long ago Pangea was around, I think we can just simply say that there's no evidence to say they did or did not. Outside of that, there's no solid.
Today, and
again, that's just my opinion.
Every language has different words. Oh, hey man, how's it going? ¿Cómo te por tú? ¿Cómo estás, amigo? Who made all of us have the same words but said differently? Who orchestrated all that? Unless all language started from one language, who orchestrated all that? Listen to how similar these words are. I'm going to count to 10 in 3 different languages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Well, you done beat me right there, because I can't say French, but I knew that was French.
They're all similar. So if they all sound similar, wouldn't it make more sense they all came from one language, rather than was just created on their own and on different continents? Now, obviously, words evolve and slang evolves, which is why we have numerous words in each.
I love your critical thinking videos. Fucking love your critical thinking videos, Church. It's always so interesting to be the shit that you come up with.
Language that mean different things. But what I'm saying is they all had to come from one language. They all evolved in their own continents, but it seems to me like they all came from one continent, which would be Pangea. But when you try to find a fact on the internet that hasn't been around fucking long at all, it says, oh no, definitely not humans 335 million years ago, for sure. Dude, there's cops.
That's how college-educated people sound smart. They say things as fact and speak with confidence and use big fancy words to cover up the fact that they just don't know. Sad, I know.
That don't find murder weapons where the murder happens. Do you expect me to believe that somebody on Earth knows about something that happened 335 million years ago? Not doing it. You know how in today's age they always say, oh man, California's gonna fall off. It's sinking every year. It's gonna fall off.
It hasn't fallen off yet.
You a map that insinuated California already fell off in the past. All right, so let's take a look at this map that was published out of Amsterdam from somebody that was from America in circa 1606.
All right, here we go, right here. There's Florida.
Holy
There's
fuck.
Mexico, Texas. What do we have here? California. But it's off to itself. See this body of water in
A
between it?
$5,000 map. Holy
Where
shit.
did this go? It is here now. Hello. Hello.
Another random thing that's going to make you go,
Bro, where's that map from?
exactly like that. What? All right, so I was born and raised in Tennessee. And as I got older, I noticed, what is up with all the Egyptian and Roman stuff around here? You got Hermitage Hotel that has Hermes on top of it.
The statue of Hermes, erected
Dope
high
as
above
fuck.
the Hermitage Hotel in downtown Nashville.
You got a replication of the Parthenon with
That's
the
cool.
second
I
largest
didn't know that was there.
statue in the northern hemisphere of Athena on the inside. There's a lot of places in Middle Tennessee that the names of the towns or whatever it is are from Roman descent or Egyptian descent, such as Lebanon, Sparta, Nashville, Memphis. We even have a river that runs right down to Memphis. What's in Memphis? A humongous pyramid.
Bass Pro Shop!
Church, aren't you forgetting Greece? What about Greece? You don't know anything. Well, if I'm mentioning Rome, I'm mentioning Greece, aren't I?
I still need to go to that Bass Pro. I have yet to go to that fucking Bass Pro in Memphis. And if I go to Memphis again, it's like the only main thing that I want to see. Besides going to, what is it, the Rendezvous that I love down there for barbecue. But, yeah, Bass Pro, bro. Bass Pro.
Rome beat the shit out of Greece 3 times. And the third time, Rome pretty much was like, yo, bitch, Rome's here. That was during the Hellenistic period. Look it up. And when it comes to Romans and Egyptians, 47 BC was the battle.
Bruh, Church, I hope you start doing, like, little history lesson videos. That'd be dope as fuck. Like, for real. I would totally sit down and learn, like, different random facts with you. And start BSing back and forth. And that'd be fun. Kind of like your true crime fucking shit. Where you're, like, getting on panels and shit. It'd be cool to have fucking panels about history. Just different people, you know. I'm going to research this, and then I'm going to research that, and then I'm going to research that, and then let's all talk about it on this panel. That'd be pretty dope.
Battle of the Nile.
I love history,
where they
though.
combined Roman armies and Egyptian armies to fight off another army. So they combined forces. After the Battle of the Nile, Egypt was in the hands of Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar, who was a Roman dictator, put Cleopatra back on the throne of Egypt. Cleopatra and Julius Caesar had a baby named Sazion. I don't know how to pronounce it. Then Julius Caesar was assassinated. Then after Julius Caesar was assassinated, the former
Caesar was
queen
assassinated.
was executed by Cleopatra and Mark Antony. So pretty much Rome is like, all prancing around in Egypt like, what up, dog? I'm Rome. Now that you know that, let's look at the similarities of Egypt and the similarities of Tennessee. See how the Nile and the Mississippi are like the same? With the same town name and same pyramid. And when you look at all the other stuff, then you see Roman architecture and you're like, wait, what? See, me personally, I was taught in school that Romans never made it to America because they didn't know there was any land over there. They thought the Atlantic Ocean was just all ocean. So they was like, we'll never go over there. If that's the case, how come me, somebody who's born in Nashville, Tennessee in 1991, how do I have very distinct facial features of someone from over there?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, Rome.
so I'll pause it at this point and just say that the Greeks and Romans and descendants could have immigrated here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they can immigrate here and the DNA and yeah. reproducing, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they had to, when they came over, they just came over at some point. So, yeah, I think we all actually have a little bit of DNA from the ancient Romans and Greeks and shit like that, because, I mean, you go far enough back, the older the time periods get, the less people there were on Earth. And the less people there are on Earth, the more chances there are that, you have each, you get what I mean? Kind of funnels down as less people.
Definitely came over here. I mean, do I look like an Indian to you? Do I look like an Irish guy? Okay, then.
Yeah, bro, that pretty much covers it on that one. Interesting different history stuff, the Pangea stuff, the having Greek facial features or Roman facial features and shit like that. Like, all interesting ponderance, and really, whether I agree with church or not, or whether I necessarily have a different way of thinking about it. Look at little Miss Antsy over here just playing with the air and stretching out. But doesn't mean I don't enjoy his critical thinking videos, because I do. I mean, everybody's got different thoughts, and it's fine if we don't necessarily see it the same way. I see it his way, but I also have like a what if kind of this way. And you got to kind of, when you're playing critical thinking, you got to play that what if game. What about this? Or what about that? Or what if this? But, yeah, man. We all came from Europe. A lot of us, white people in general. Caucasians, European Caucasians, German, Hungarian. That's my heritage. Some people came from Ireland. Some people came from the Norwegians and the Baltic states. That's what I was looking for. I was like, God damn, tip of my tongue. But you can come from the Greek and Roman areas, or maybe you're French, or maybe you're Spanish. Who fucking knows, dude? That's one of the interesting things too. We actually have a lot more in common with Mexico than most people believe, because Mexico was founded by Europeans as well. Just happened to be the Spaniards instead. I don't know a lot of Mexican history, but I do know that the Spaniards had a lot of influence down there as well. It's actually one of the biggest reasons why Catholic religion, Roman Catholic specifically, is so big down there. But that's just a tidbit of information that I learned from Spanish classes and studying abroad down there and everything else. But before I make this closer any longer, I'm just going to say that I appreciate y'all watching, and I hope you guys appreciated watching me. So go ahead and hit that like button down below if you're on YouTube. Hit the Rumble button if you're on Rumble. Rumble till your heart's content, and throw me a comment. Let me know if there's other shit you want me to check out, as well as hit the subscribe and notification bell to stay up to date with me if you're on YouTube, and follow me if you're on Rumble. Also, Twitter, Instagram, Clapper, and Facebook are some other platforms that I'm on, but any platform you want to know if the Wisco Madman's around, just search Wisco Madman. That's what I am on all platforms. Thankfully, it's a pretty unique name as far as that goes, and it doesn't seem like anybody's tried to steal it from me yet. So, thank y'all for watching. This has been your boy Wisco Madman. Go ahead and just check out another video. I'll catch you on that one. Peace.